Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Moss with the sauce, or at least we hope we're not too lost in it. Today we've got Mardu Scam. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, well, why would you even be playing Mardu? That doesn't make sense. The Magic Online metagame, at least for modern, has been filled with a lot of hammer time matchups, which this deck definitely has a problem getting through some of their early aggression if it doesn't happen to have a grief on turn one to just tear their hand apart or some lightning bolts to deal with their early creatures that they could throw a hammer on. We're going to deal with that and then some by adding Solitude. Now, we all know Solitude, great little 3/2 flash, exiles a creature, does a really good impression of Path to Exile. But you can't play Solitude without playing other good white cards. So we've got Vanishing Verse, we've got Ephemerate, and then we've got the spiciest one of all, Cauldron Haze. Choose any number of target creatures. Each of them gains Persist until the end of the turn. Opponent's got a Brotherhood's End, Cauldron Haze in response. Opponent's got a Supreme Verdict, Cauldron Haze. You want to try to get one of your non-flash elementals and Solitude in, Cauldron Haze in response to their evoke triggers, and then just let the fun happen. Now, outside of that, it does scam things, so y'all know what to expect there. In the sideboard, couple of unique cards. Alright, Necromentia to deal with all the combo decks, especially the ones that Aspiring Spike has birthed into existence. Wear Tear, duh. We got Kaya, Orzhov Usurper, deals with Hammer, deals with so many other things too. Fracture hits a lot of the big problems that our deck could have, and Hidetsugu consumes all. Alright, this should be a fairly fun modern league to go through, so I'll see you guys in match number one. Alright, we are in match number one. Let's see. Hopefully, we're not going to be on, you know, the play, because if we're on the play, that probably means that we'd be facing down 8 rack, and I would just hate to beat down an 8 rack player, the purest of all modern decks. Plus, with a name like Greatness at Any Cost, it's going to be kind of an issue. Alright, let's see. We got Thoughtseize, Ephemerate, Lightning Bolt, Push. You know, with that Ragavan, I think this hand's actually a keep. And the fact that opponents mulliganing hard. Right, mulliganing to 5. Okay. As much as I want to just like turn one Ragavan, I think I gotta turn one Thoughtseize here. Let's see, hard evidence, Prismari command, and a Thoughtseize of their own. I think we got a Thoughtseize there, Thoughtseize. That Prismari command, though. Prismari command and hard evidence definitely makes me think that they are some type of creativity deck. Let's just go turn one Ragavan, or turn two, and then Catacombs and see what they do. Now, what's really good here is the fact that we can like ephemerate and just get around them trying to Prismari command our thing. But that's if they get it. Ooh, they draw a card. Alright, sweet. So we are definitely in a great spot. Just gonna fetch We're gonna shock in our Godless Shrine here, so we can just push. Alright, yeah, no, we are great. And opponent just puts a Wooded Foothills on top and an exile. Alright, that Arid Maze is gone. Alright, sweet. Black Cleave. We're just gonna get rid of both of our bolts here, because they're really not doing a whole lot. Okay, opponent's just gonna Prismari command our Dothy. And ooh, another Ephemerate off the top is rad. Let's see what our opponent has. Steam Vents. Not really anything great for us right now. What is good is that we can... Hey, opponent with the concede. Alright, bet. So, what do we do here? Hidetsugu. And then let's go for Necromentia. And I kind of want to get the EE. So it's just the fact that they have so many token things that makes me really question what they could be doing. In this situation, what do we want to take out? So, while push was cool there, it's not really doing a whole lot. K command's fine. Vanishing Burst is probably going to have targets, but is it going to have that many? Same goes for Terminate. I almost want to say that we just go down probably the bolts, if anything. It's like those are for extra reach as far as this deck is concerned, but that's about it. Alright, so opponent's going to be on the play. Ooh, an opponent salting off in chat. Alright, so opponent thought seizes us. They're going to take our potential turn 1 Ragavan. And definitely looks a lot weaker with that, but... Okay, so Grief. I think we want to actually just pitch, see what they've got. Okay, Fable, Hard Evidence, Bolt. Yeah, we take the Fable. Okay, so opponent's doing something. Ooh, they are salting hard. Right, yield until the end step. Alright, we're just gonna fetch and let's go ahead and get the shrine here. That way we'll have all of our colors. It's so tempting. So tempting. Our opponent is Grixis, something with tokens. Alright, we're gonna EE on 0. And opponent's got to draw. Are they the Gamble Suspend deck? They gotta be. Okay, so they take our Necromentia, so they know that we are gonna do something if we had the ability to next turn. I mean, just go ahead and do it. We'll ditch our Grief. And unfortunately, our Cauldron Haze is just gonna sit here in our hand and fade into nothingness. Opponent fetches. Gets a Xander's Lounge. Doesn't bolt our Season Pyro. We get their 4th land. Another Hard Evidence. Alright, let's see what our opponent's doing. Just double bolt, okay. Cool. Alright, opponent's gonna take 1. Down to 10 though. I almost want to say that we can race them. So let's see what they do. They got 3 cards in hand, one of them's a bolt, and even if they play the Gamble Suspend card, they're still gonna get 4 off of it, which 4 is better than 6. Alright, so they're just gonna Collective Brutality, which I'm cool with. Absolutely cool with that. In response, they gotta cast their bolt. Sweet. In response, gonna get our Blood Crypt tapped. Unfortunate. Oh, and in that Malakir Rebirth would be great. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead, swing. We know what they're gonna do. Alright, go ahead. Opponent's just gonna sit there and mine their salt. So we're just gonna help them mine it a little bit more. Pop our EE. Not really doing ourselves any favors right now, though. Malakir Rebirth and Feign Death. Okay, another EE on 0. We're gonna go ahead and just play out this Rebirth as a land. That way next turn, we can do the Season Pyromancer thing. Alright, your go. I will say, this is probably the worst part of playing this deck, is just after your hand gets empty, you're kind of stuck there doing nothing for a little bit. Okay. We could at least kind of see through what our opponent was doing. They are trying to do creativity things. So opponent dings in for 1. Cool. Okay, I actually think that this is fine for us. Because we're gonna ditch that, play land, and just play a Ragavan instead of dashing it. Now we got blockers for everything. Opponent. 4 cards in hand. What you gonna do? Oh man, the salt continues. Alright, well, we're just gonna go ahead and do it to him. Hey, let's go. Alright, see you guys in match number 2. Alright, match number 2. And we get to be on the play. Let's see. What's our opening hand gonna be like? So, it's real tempting in this situation, I will admit, for us to go turn 1 Ragavan and then potentially go turn 2 Solitude. So I think we'll keep. Now, I will say this is probably the one advantage that Rakdos Scam does have over Mardu. The lines are way easier to think through. Alright, so Ragavan go. And opponent, what are they going to do? With their cute little bear avatar. Adorable. Precious. I almost don't want to hurt him because of the bear avatar, but I gotta do it to him. Ew, Flooded Strand. They're doing blue things. Ew. It's worse. They're doing Borosy things. Ew, they prismatic ending. Okay. Honestly, now I just kind of want to play, like, Malakir Mire? Thoughtseize? Renin? Oh my gosh. It's worse than I thought. So, what do we do here? We take the Teferi. Oh man, 5-color control. Huh. That's definitely not going to be fun for us. Ren and 6 tick up, do their thing. So now they got Flooded Strand back. Okay. So here, I think our best move might actually be to go Kroxa. They'll want to discard something good. Because right now they probably just think that we're Scam. Which, we are. Just the cool flavor of it. Discard a Beseiju. So we know that their hand is so many good things. Okay. Opponent. Thinking over their turn. They're going to play their Flooded Strand. Probably fetch up one of their Triomes. Instead they get back Misty. Play Iteration. Put Ragaran Triome into play. Okay, so we have to do the Grief plan. So Grief exiling Doffy. Unfortunate that we have to do it this way. Take their Leyline Binding. Feign Death. And then take their Omnath. And then they're just stuck with a Ren and 6 and a ton of lands. Okay, so we're in like a kind of decent position now. And I mean, like, yeah, the Omnath would have been bad and we could have dealt with it with Solitude. Honestly, do we even want to put any pressure on the Ren? They put Kahira in hand. Okay, this is perfect, actually. Because if all they do is play Kahira next turn, then we can bolt them, swing with Grief. Okay, so they play their planes. Why are they tapping so much mana? No. Oh, brutal. Like the one time. Alright, so we gotta do it. Bolt, hope to draw Bolt off the top. Bolt, land, something. Oh, game. Why? We were so close. Okay. So they Ren in 6. They ult that. They get to just keep cycling their expressive iterations again and again. Which isn't bad. Actually really good for them. And then they've got another Ren and 6 in their hand. They're gonna play Kahira. No, they play Ren and 6. They still haven't played land for turn. Oh, they get their Beseiju. Oh, no. They didn't attack with Fury, though? Interesting. I mean, we're still just super far behind. I don't think that there's a way that we can come back in this situation, but let's find out. Okay, so we know that they've got Kahira and a bunch of unknowns. But now they know that we're Mardu. They don't know what we're Mardu-ing, but they know that we're Mardu. And we can probably use that to our advantage. Okay, opponent's got, and game over. Game over. Okay, sideboarding. What do we want to bring in here? Fracture. It's a planeswalker, but is that really that great? Not really, actually. Necromancer's probably fine. Torok, fine. Push, trash. And we'll drop a Ragavan. Yeah, Ragavan's definitely one to drop. In fact, let's go ahead and drop 2 Ragavans, bring in the Kaya, just to kind of help deal with their graveyard. And run it. Alright. On the play. And let's see. Okay. Okay. So we can do the turn 1 grief thing. Thing is, do we want to grief pitch grief or grief pitch Torok? Honestly, I think grief pitch grief might be the better play for us here. No, it's grief pitch Torok because we're not going to be able to vanishing verse anything in their hand. Alright, yeah. One land hand definitely feels kind of sketchy for us. Ooh, mulliganing hard. Mulliganing hard. This is where they start off with the opening ley line, though. Turn 0, ley line of sanctity. Would hurt. Hard. Okay. So, gonna grief, pitching, vanishing verse. Take bolt. Gonna do this. Take fury. Ooh. Heart sank. This is like my first league ever with Scam. So, definitely has me on my toes. Okay, perfect. So now we're just going to play Torok. Man, opponent just had it all. Okay. Plays land and fetches? No way that they have the... Opponent had the run in 6. Opponent had the run in 6. Alright. Hopefully we can draw another one of our reanimation spells. And they don't, do something egregious like draw to fairy off the top with nothing in hand. Because that would just be horrible for us. Okay. Well, good news is next turn, if we draw a card, we get to potentially play Grief if it's a land. Alright, let's just go ahead and see what opponents got in their hand. Being a little bit aggressive with this Grief. They're gonna Leyline Binding? Okay. Cool. Cool. I mean, we did get rid of our Vanishing Verse, which kind of hurts, and, bringing in the Fracture would have been good to deal with it. So, opponents got just a land in hand. They'll probably buy Kahira this turn. Alright, let's do it. Yep. Season Power Up. Just gonna pitch both. Okay. Doesn't feel great to pitch both and then just see 2 lands off the top. Oh, okay. Opponent plays Endurance. I mean, we can deal with Endurance, but taking one ain't bad either. Takes one of our elemental tokens, and just passes. No. Okay, they buy Kahira. And play Kahira. Gonna push their Endurance up 1. Okay, sweet. Alright, let's swing both of these at our opponent. Alright, opponent's going to blocks and just takes it. Interesting. Okay. Opponent hits us for 7. Alright, opponent's got a block. Unless they think the bridge is rocking a... You know, they could think that we have something crazy like a Fury here. Let's deal 2, return, Season Pyro. Alright, let's see what we get. Ew. Frame rate's cool. It can do good things. Question is, do we want to take another 7 here? Puts us to 10, which is a little worrisome. If we get something cool like Yuri off the top, though, then this looks better. Okay, they bring Windswept Heath back. Okay. Okay, I think we can actually deal with this. Alright. Hit opponent with the Ephemerate. As long as they don't play Teferi this turn, then we actually get put in a pretty okay spot. We do still have the ability to play Teferi, but let's find out. Okay, okay. Just play another Ren in 6. Oh no! Double Ren down tick is a bummer. Okay, I'll take 4. Alright. We'll blink our Season Pyro. Draw 2. Ooh, okay, okay, okay. Not a bad spot. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah, I think we do just want to go Kaya. And then we plus taking both of our opponent's elementals in yard. We're gonna play Ragavan. And say go. Now, good news for us here, we can actually do pretty well if we block with Season Pyro. An opponent's gotta, just accept that. We've got creatures that we can block with next turn. And opponent plays Fury. Okay, yep. Pack it in. No coming back. Alright. GG's opponent. See you guys in the next one. Alright, we are in game number 3. Huh. Alright. So, we lost the die roll. Hand kind of sucks, actually. Well, hand slaps. We'll keep. Let's see, what are we going to put back? Put back a Thoughtseize. And then we'll just, opening turn, Grief Shenanigans. Oh, brother. Okay. And now we are getting hit with the scam game. Man. Rough. Okay. Kind of mirror match. I can deal with that. Take the Fury. We're left in a little bit of a pickle, but that's fine. So we'll take 4 here. Opponent's playing Night's Whisper. And here I was thinking I was playing something spicy. Okay, so I'm gonna crack this. Godless Shrine. And let's run the Vanishing Verse out. One of the few times where that's just going to be incredible. Opponent with the now that's spicy. Alright. You know what? I can vibe with this. This is a good opponent. Alright, opponent fetching. Admittedly, going to 13 isn't great for us here. But if we can manage to get out our Fury easily, then we're in a really good spot. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually, let's just Blood Crypt tapped and say go. Let's see what our opponent does on their turn. Alright, so opponent's doing their thing. Okay, I think right now is the moment for it. Nope. Gonna play Malakir Sego. I want to hold on to it, especially now that we've got the Solitude in hand. We can take out basically all of the things they would want to do. So, Ragavan off the top does feel bad. They took a Graven Cairns off of us. Not the greatest feeling, but, could be worse. Let's just go ahead and cast our Ragavan and see what they do. Now, chances are they'll want to actually deal with it on our end step. Probably got a Bolt in hand. Yeah, we'll let it go. Alright, we'll let them get another Ragavan hit in. I'm hoping that we have the ability to draw land off the top and make this good. Okay. Boltus doesn't feel great. Oh, man. So, I think our move here is ditch the main elementals. Play land. Say go. Alright. The opponent's gonna see the spice. Alright, cat's out of the bag for us. Okay, so actually, the Croxa here ain't bad. And then we'll just Thoughtseize and a bunch of other random cards. Okay. So, opponents got to basically have the bolts to just take us down. Instead, they've got a Fury. Are they going to throw this damage around? Double Furies, though. Really, really big issue. And they evoked Pitching Ragavan. Okay, so opponent does their thing, and they're going to Fury evoked Fury again once it reanimates. Probably get rid of that and our 2 tokens. Okay. See what opponent does here. Alright. We got our 1 that we can drop. Ew. Not a great set of draws for us. Okay, so definitely in a bind. Because now all opponent has to do is just draw a bolt and we're done. Alright, so let's see what they can do. Okay. So thankfully next turn we can chump the biggest one. Actually, we'll chump the smallest, take the biggest. Opponent plays land. Or is opponent going to hold back? Well, thankfully we can cast all of our elementals with no problem. Oh. Okay, this is actually a super fortunate situation for us. So what we are going to do is we're going to play Croxa, exiling our other Croxa. We're going to go ahead and get rid of their other Fury before they can do anything crazy with it. And now we're just hopefully going to fade a lightning bolt, which they've only seen 0 at this point. Okay. Cool, Grief sees one of our Thought Seizes. Alright, opponent's putting the pressure on. But I think we're super close to getting there. No fantastic draws for the opponent, and I think we're great. Oh no. Oh. Alright, we gotta have another Season Pyro. That's perfect. Oh man. Okay. There are only so many perfect draws that we can have, and this is like up there for us. Again, we just have to pay the bolt. We did not pay the bolt. Okay, so what do we bring in here? Honestly, Necromensch is probably a really big boon for us in this matchup. Uh, Kaya's okay to deal with opposing Croxes. What do we want to get rid of? Our pushes in the main, not great. Ragavan, yeah, Ragavan's not great either. Run it back. Okay, so let's see. Do we have a cool turn one? No, but we do have the Dothy, so let's keep it. Alright, so turn one monkey go. We're giving him a fury target. And I mean, again, thankfully. Okay, Ragavan of their own. Ragavan taking the hit from Ragavan is kind of nice. We'll take the hit from their Ragavan. Now, do they see what's about to happen with the Season Pyro? Okay, Feign Death, Undying Malice. Not the worst cards here. Hmm. Ooh, hold up. Okay, so go ahead and pitch Terminate. Let's see what they got. Oh, Obnixilis. Okay, so I think we would Feign Death, targeting our Dothy. Sacrifice our Dothy. Take their Undying Malice. Undying Malice, our Grief. Let's take their Dauthy, and then we will play this. Man, that was a sweet turn. Okay. That was such a sweet turn for us. Ooh. What are they gonna do, though? Three and one. Okay. So, lose that. That's fine. Mm, do we take six here? Because we can return six right at them. And that's before getting rid of their Ragavan and anything else. Okay, they take our Graven Cairn. Not bad. Okay, so we could sweep most of their board this turn, actually. Yeah, so we'll do it like that. We will swing. We will sweep it all by just doing that. And then boom. Alright. And now they're stuck with a whole lot of nothing, actually. Cool. And swing. Alright, opponent's cracking that to push. Rough. Okay. Opponent took the 2 off of our Season Pyro and the Bolt for the win. Alright, game 3. What do we want to bring in on game 3? The Necromentia is still kind of worth it. I almost want to bring in a Leyline of the Void just for potential like turn 1 nonsense. Kaya's not going to be great. And I really want to drop the K command. Actually, let's drop an Ephemerate for it. Alright. Alright, so let's mull one time. So, still not the greatest hand. We can Malakir Rebirth a thing. Hand's okay. We will Drop a Necro. If they turn one Grief, we're definitely done for. Okay. Okay. So we're just going to Fury, exiling Season Pyro. As much as I don't want CZ Peasy to go, he's gotta. Okay. And then we're gonna Rebirth. Alright, so opponent's gotta have the turn 2 terminate. Ooh, opponent's on some spice that even I wasn't on. Surgical's good. Surgical is real good. Yeah, so I don't think I'm coming out of this. At all. Opponent plays a Dolphy. I'm gonna play a Dolphy. Opponent's gonna play a Terminate. I'm going to feel sad. Yep, let's go ahead and start feeling real sad. Don't think we're coming out of this one. Go ahead and just get that in case we draw 2 more. But I think we might have to call this game done. Well, wait a minute now. So opponent knows our hand. They know our deck. We can go for the Solitude next turn. But our opponent has to make us. Because we can't just play into whatever removal they happen to be running willy-nilly. Well, meant to dash the Ragavan, but that's okay. And we have to get rid of our Solitude. Yeah. We are probably done for. Let's see what opponent does here. But I think it might be game over for us. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Well, hold on now. Alright. Wow. The Griefs, Dolphies, Ragavans, Seasoned, in an Obnixilis. Interesting. Huh. Alright, so now we just play the waiting game of whoever can actually draw a threat first. Opponent is definitely the most helpful scam opponent. Hmm. Alright, opponent's got us here. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Alright, game number 4. We are on the play. Let's see what we can do in this one. Opponent's really thinking about what they could do here. Wow, this hand is garbage. Send that back. This hand isn't much better either. But Ragavan, an Ephemerate spell, it's keepable. Let's see if we can trick our opponent into maybe not killing our monkey on turn 1. Hmm. Alright, opponent. What you gonna do? Temple Garden? No. Is opponent gonna try to combo us? Okay, okay. Let's see, Temple Garden could be the Heliod deck. It's it's a deck, that's for sure. You know, opponent with the cat avatar playing a cat on turn 1, very on brand. Alright, let's see what we draw. The Lone Lion. Opponent is really out here trying some things. Alright, we're just gonna play another Bloodstained Mire and swing in with Ragavan. Glad to see that they're doing Coco. But what could this really even help us do? Gets us a Dothy? Gets us a Season Pyro? Opponent plays Windswept Heath. Fetches. What are they gonna fetch? Sacred Foundry. They're playing Naya Cats? Well, good thing is, after playing it enough at FNM, I know to fear any deck that's playing Temple Garden and Cats. because of the flash one. So thankfully I do get to hold on to this lightning bolt in hand just in case. Alright, opponent plays Aether Vial. Opponent's deck is just out here. Out here doing things. And a coddle, okay? Vet Shock, destroy. Well, we get to clean up opponent's deck with an EE on 1. Alright. Ragavan in. Regal Caracal. Amonkhet Standard. Gotta be careful not using Regal Caracal and Ephemerate right here. Being able to gain life after just obliterating my own life, though, with these fetches, definitely a positive. Opponent is playing some interesting stuff here, I can say that. Okay, King of the Pride. And what else? King of the Pride and Dothy. Now, opponent could vial in something here. But instead, they just scoop it up. Okay, opponent is playing Cat Tribal? So, Hidetsugu? Some pushes? Torah? What is opponent doing? Honestly, Thoughtseize and Ragavan are probably our weakest cards here, despite the fact that Ragavan just carried us in that last match. Kaya could be good. So could the EEs. Let's do Kaya. Drop an Ephemerate. We'll leave him one Ragavan, but man, this is interesting. Rosie54 out here with the best deck of the night. Ooh. Okay. We'll actually keep this hand, despite it looking fairly weak on the surface. The fact that we can basically sweep their entire board with Fury here, or just tear apart their hand with Grief, really good for us. Okay, and all they do is turn 1 Vial. Okay, let's see. Alright, the Season Pyro on our first draw is really good. So if opponent wants to try and get aggressive, then we can go Fury on our turn 2 or our turn 3 and put them to where we could potentially sweep a board. But we've got enough lands in hand that if we just draw one more, we could realistically even think about just hard casting one of these. I think the better play would be to hard cast Fury, probably. But hard casting the Grief isn't a bad option either. That being said, the upside of trying to scam out a Grief, like the ceiling just starts to collapse after that first turn. But again, this is why we have the Solitude in here, because that stays relevant, especially in these creature-heavy matchups like the one we're in now. Opponent plays a Sacred Foundry, tapped, so their hand's not great. I think all we want to do right now is just Verdant Catacomb, fetch a Godless Shrine, tap, and go. Opponent didn't even activate their Vial. So opponent's just gotta have a hand full of just Cocos and 3-drops. Okay, so Brimaz. So I think what we want to do here is we just want to do the scam into Fury. Because scam into Grief has kind of lost all of its value for us. Fury efficiently takes out like everything they want to do. So let's start by doing this. We'll take out Brimaz. And then we're gonna boom. Okay, an opponent's probably gonna violin something on their end step. Yeah, so it's just Cocos and Kings of the Pride. Like, there's no way it's anything but that at this point. They definitely top deck the Lone Lion. Okay, so we're gonna shock that in, and we're just gonna cast the Grief. Opponent's now violating something in? Is it just another King of the Pride? It's a Pride Sovereign. Okay. Okay, so opponent's got a Windswept Heath in hand. Definitely pretty good. They're gonna leave Vial on 3. And if they exert it, they're gonna make some cat tokens. And they buy Kahira. So this is not a great spot for us, actually. Okay. Okay. Opponent's deck is sweet. So 8-13 there. 8-11 here. We have another Lord. We're done for, actually. Let's see how they attack. But they have us. The cat deck has us. Meow. What? Okay. I think what we do here is we actually just block first strike, and then we still lose on the back end. Man, opponent's deck is rad. Okay. EEN. Bring that ephemerate back in. Kaya's out. What else are we taking out? We'll take out that final Ragavan. And honestly, we might want to drop Croxa? Run it like that. Okay. So we're going to be on the play for game number 3. Okay. And it's garbage. And it isn't super bad, actually. It could be better, but we do have Ephemerate, we do have Feign Death, we do have Hidetsugu, so this hand's okay. We gotta throw one thing back, though. I think what we throw back is the Ephemerate here. Alright, so Black Cleave go. Oh my god, opponent's deck is rad. We win, we might be able to get the match that pays out, that just gives us back all of our play points that we set on fire, but this lead has been interesting. The opponent kept a good 7, I imagine. We gotta hope that we can draw one of our scam pieces. Preferably a Fury. Wouldn't hate a Solitude. Grief, probably second best for us, though. We really have no way to scam out a Solitude right now. So Forest, Nakatl, Forest Vial. Okay. Okay, so how do we want to do this? I think what we want to do, regardless, is let's just Grief this turn. Because if we draw land next turn, we destroy everything they could potentially play. We haven't really seen any good, like, 2 mana value cats out of them. Okay, so opponent plays Windswept Heath and passes with a Vial on 1. Okay, so we can Cauldron Haze, Feign Death. That's actually not a bad choice of plays for us here. Okay, opponent vials in something on 1. Okay, so they just vial in a coddle. Okay, so we're gonna take Brimaz. Then we're gonna take King of the Pride. We'll let them have their Leonin Arbiter. Swing in for 3. Now, opponent could play Arbiter next turn, which would be the opposite of fun for us, especially if we draw a fetch. Okay. So, opponent searches for snow-covered plains. Are they just going to put Kahira in hand? Because they could go Kahira in hand and swing, which wouldn't be a bad move for them. If we draw any untapped land, Hidetsugu's gonna eat them up. I actually don't hate this. So we hit them for 7. Opponent plays their Leonin Arbiter. Not the greatest situation for us, but certainly not the worst. We do have the ability to block their Arbiter and their Kahira. If they do start going for Lords, though, then we're in a bit of a bind. Alright, they play Nakatl. Again, all it takes right now is untapped land, and our hand just goes crazy. So the question is, King of the Pride doesn't do a whole lot. Rimaz does. So, target Brimaz. Now, if we go in and just attack with Grief, opponent's probably gonna block with their Leonin Arbiter and their Nakatl. Okay. I hate that we gotta block this way, but we do. They won't want to attack with anything else, hopefully. The one thing that's really going to hurt us here is if they manage to get the Regal Caracal here. No. Opponent has something, though. They're not swinging all. Alright. What's opponent got that we can't think of? Unless they really just want to cast a free Regal Caracal. Yep, they're going to go for the free Caracal. That's actually going to be backbreaking for us here. We'll take this. We'll take one hit more. Untapped land. Something. Okay, Fury here is actually huge. Okay. So we will evoke. What do we want to... We'll evoke pitching that. Okay. No. Are they going for the Coco? No! They're going for the Boros Charm. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. So how do we want to do this? So we could swing with the Voidwalker, hope to fade a Lord off the top, and just go down to the lowest of life totals. Oh wow, opponent's hand has been insane and has lined up so well against our draw. Okay. Untap basic one time. Okay, so opponent's just swinging with the Nakatl. Interesting that they're not going for the whole shebang here. The whole kit and caboodle. Alright. I think we gotta go for it. Just swing with Torok. Alright, so got him down to 3. Boros Charm? Yeah, Boros Charm has to do it. Order opponent? Alright, sweet. Tough match. On to the last one. Alright, we are in the final match to possibly get the 3-2, and we are on the play. No. Hand does things, but they're slow things, and they're definitely not scammy things. This, however, is a hand worth keeping. Problem is, what do we want to put back from this hand? I almost want to say that we put back the Thoughtseize. That way we can just fully commit to the scam thing, and then potentially dash Ragavan on turn 2. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and just commit to Ragavan on 1. I mean, it's so nice to actually go and do the scam on 1. But let's bait our opponent out, see what they got. Opponent just fetches for a basic swamp off of a Bloodstained Mire. Oh, Lord have mercy. We could have and should have done the thing. We're in another mirror match. Alright, so we get left with a Feign Death. Okay. Okay. You know, Ragavan right now, not bad. Let's see what they got. It's another Feign Death. Not the greatest thing for us here. Let's just keep going. Okay, so opponent Thoughtseizes us. Could be better, I suppose. Oh man, not doing the opening turn scam hurts a lot. Now they see that we're doing our own version of the thing. Okay, sweet. Well, good news, opponent couldn't respond to us doing the thing. And there was their own terminate. Alright, we kept that out of their hand. They fetch another basic. A Graven Cairn? Are they just going to cast a Seasoned Pyro? Oh, okay, well, yeah, you have fun with that Blood Moon opponent. Oh, wait, nope. Can't do that. Ooh, rude. Okay, so we take a Black Cleave Cliffs off of our opponent. So they definitely just kept this hand on the back of Blood Moon. I can't really say that I blame them in this scenario either. Let's start by swinging with Ragavan. Oh, yeah. Okay. So we have outscammed the scam opponent. Alright, sweet. Game two. Um, so what do we want to do? I definitely feel like on the draw, bring in the ley lines, Torok, Necro, drop push, drop, couple monkey, and ephemerate. Vanishing versus fine. Drop a Thoughtseize. Okay. Let's see. That was it's bad, but I want to say that we almost keep this just on the back of Leyline of the Void, because they have no means of actually dealing with this. Okay, so opponent plays Fable. Alright, so fetch. Alright, let's exile the Main Death. So we're just gonna take Fury. Just gonna take Grief. Well, I think we just gotta concede this game, because I don't think we're getting into a better spot from there. Okay, so Necromensch is out. Yeah, Vanishing Verse for Fracture is a good one. And then Agavan Ephemerate. I actually still kind of like leaving the ley lines in. It's a scam hand, but is it the scam hand that we want? No. It's a scam hand. Oh no. We've made a fatal flaw. We played the wrong land. Alright, let's just play it out. Oh no. A misplay that cost us the game. Okay, well, maybe not cost us the game, but definitely now we are set back in such a major way. We could have been hitting for 8 this turn. Okay. We still have some potential to just rip their hand apart, which is good for us here. Taking out 2 terminates, great. Yeah, we'll hit it one more time. Okay. Opponent's doing their own version of the grief thing. Okay, but dashing with Ragavan is huge for us. Again, we could have won. We could have won this turn, either this turn or the next, but that was our fatal flaw. Hmm. Okay, so let's just go ahead and cast and hope that next turn we can maybe swing through with something big, like 5 damage. Oh, this is so bad. We could have actually come through with a win. Wow. This is a beating for our deck. Okay, so they play land. Okay, so we win next turn, but wow, this was incredible. Okay, so see you guys in the wrap up. So, what do we think of Mardu Scam in Modern? Overall, the deck went 3-2. I mean, we came out with a winning record. Honestly, the main board feels fine. Despite it being a Mardu deck, it played the scam way and did scam things so often that it had a very negligible effect. But the moments where you do see something like Solitude or Ephemerate, it really does feel good, especially in the mirror match. Uh, Worst card probably gotta be Necromentia. Doesn't feel great whenever you see it in the mirror, but again, you can't argue with results. A win's a win, even with all of the weirdness we played in this league. But hey, the sauce won. See you guys next time.